Now, when we first featured the BYD Seal 5 DMI in the channel, I'm proud to admit that we actually determined that this might be a very popular vehicle indeed. I mean, a lot of people have been buying this not just for business use, but for personal use as well. Well, guess what? With 2027's updated version, the BYD Seal 5 Super DMI now features a lot of changes, not just on the outside, but on the inside as well. What changes, you might ask? Let's find out. Thanks to BYD Philippines for sponsoring this video. Roy Robles here for Zigwheels.Ph, and today we'll be doing a first look at the new BYD Seal 5 DMI. The biggest change with the 2027 BYD Seal 5 has got to be this front end. Finally, the BYD Seal 5 now looks a lot like its bigger and more expensive BYD brethren. You got this nice looking LED headlamp with DRLs. Kind of applies that ocean theme that they've got going on with their other cars, but in my opinion, its implementation in the BYD Seal 5 is one of its best yet. You got this honeycomb mesh right there at the bottom of the bumper, and this sharp looking curve here makes it actually look and determine like a sports car in my opinion. But then again, you look at the rest of the vehicle, it's not a sports car, it's a 5-seater family sedan, but giving it this front end is just adding a little bit of cherry on top. It's very nice. I mean, you've got these vents right here on the side as well to cool the brakes, or maybe add a little bit of aerodynamics, and you got a slight hint of a power bulge right here on the hood. And underneath that hood is a surprise. You've got a BYD 5th generation Super DMI technology, which can go up to 1,600 kilometers of range on a single charge and a single full tank. Now, one of my favorite features of the previous BYD Seal 5 DMI has carried over right here in the new one. It is absolutely large. I mean, check this out. Probably takes 1, 2, 3, 4 steps in order for me to get all the way back, given I've got shorter legs. But hey, 4 steps all the way from the front to back is nothing to sneeze about. It's pretty smart too. On the Seal 5 DMI, you can actually get in by just tapping in your NFC card here. No need to carry around large jangling keys hanging around your loop belt. You've got 120 millimeters of ground clearance right here, so this is a low boy. But you've got 225/60 R16 tires in the BYD Seal 5 DMI. This is the dynamic variant, the top of the line variant, but there is a lower variant, which is the Essential, which runs on the same size wheels and tires, but on steelies. At the back, more changes abound. You've got an updated looking rear tail lamp design here, and I mean, the previous one had a nice singular line running across it. It has still the same here, but on each end, you've got a more sportier tone going on. You got rear parking sensors, a rear camera here, and accessing the trunk, just the press of a button, you get 522 liters of space, which means more than enough space for you to go out of town on longer trips or for that quick grocery run. Now, if you need even more space, those rear seats fold flat in a 60/40 split configuration, totaling the overall space to 1,295 liters. For inside the BYD Seal 5 DMI, the updated version has probably one of my favorite updates, which is they finally got away from giving us these white and blue seats. Instead, they gave us black. Black leather seats right here on the interior, blacked out trims on the dashboard, the door cards and all that. But I think you definitely would want to make sure that you keep this clean, because with the leather seats that we have right here, you don't want to get them scuffed up. Now, with the Essential variant, which is the lower variant from the Dynamic that we have right here, it has fabric seats, but you still maintain and retain the blue stitching all around, which is nice. Also, you got a leather wrapped steering wheel here, which is adjustable for both reach and rake. And the Essential only has urethane, which means it's not covered in this leather material. What both variants share is this large touchscreen infotainment system with both wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, blasting through tunes through 4 speakers around the cabin. Now, one thing about the updated version though is that you now have your shifter right here on the steering wheel, behind the steering wheel. So it frees up all this space right here in the middle. You now have your drive mode selector here, automatic brake hold, your start stop button, and a volume scroll wheel, and 2 cup holders, and a huge expanse for you to put all of your knickknacks, your phone, right there. And underneath there is another cubby hole. It has one USB-A port and a 12-volt socket. You do have driver vanity mirrors as well as the passenger. Now with the Essential, you won't get any vanity mirrors for the driver, but at least on this one you have it. Now it still features a lot of space right here in the second row seats with a fairly flat floor right there in the middle. So no surprises here that the new BYD Seal 5 DMI still has all this space. You do have rear aircon vents and 2 USB ports, one USB-A and one USB-C for fast charging. And you got this nice quarter panel window as well to aid with visibility so you won't feel claustrophobic on the inside. Plus, with the top of the line dynamic variant, even the passengers get one-touch windows like so. You got 2 map pockets here. This is a nice place to be in. But of course, if I were to get my own BYD Seal 5 DMI, this is where I want to be. So let's go ahead and take this out for a short test drive and see what other changes that it can offer. Right, so we're now behind the wheel of the BYD Seal 5 DMI, new for 2027. It now features BYD's 5th generation DMI technology, which, well, doesn't really add much to the power figures. It still has 163 PS and 210 Newton meters of torque. And 0 to 100 takes 8.8 seconds, which is fairly quick in my book. It still has that, of course, that vaunted DMI technology, which means it can go further. Now, in a full tank and a full charge, this can go up to 1,600 kilometers, which makes it one of the farthest, if not the farthest, when it comes to BYD's lineup of vehicles. And of course, you wanted to ask exactly how far it can go in pure EV. It can go up to just 55 kilometers. Just 55 kilometers, which should be enough for you to do your city driving. And so the BYD Seal 5 DMI has a tight turning radius of just 5.5 meters, which means lock to lock, it's pretty respectable. Suspension wise, it comes pretty standard. Here's the struts up front and a torsion bar rear suspension. So it's very basic, but you don't really need that much when it comes to a budget sedan like this one, because it feels pretty upscale if you ask me. I mean, it goes ahead and absorbs all the bumps on the road really nice. NVH for the BYD Seal 5 DMI is respectable, but don't expect luxury car levels of smoothness or quietness, but you do feel it feels like it's punching above its weight class when it comes to NVH. But I do admire that you have a small sedan such as this one have almost luxury car levels of smoothness, because you don't hear the engine. It primarily runs on EV and will only activate, well, the HEV will only activate if you press it right here on the settings, or if you drive really hard. There it is, you can hear the engine. But with normal driving, yeah, it's fine. So safety features with the BYD Seal 5 DMI come standard. I mean, it doesn't have advanced driver assist systems, but at least you got a backup camera with rear parking sensors. It has traction control, it has stability control, which is basically everything that you need from your car. ABS with electronic brake force distribution, multiple airbags on the inside. So yes, when it comes to safety, you've got yourself covered when it comes to standard equipment. But part of losing advanced driver assist systems is, of course, the added value that you can get out of your BYD Seal 5 DMI. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The 2027 BYD Seal 5 DMI, my favorite electrified sedan, made even better because of how it looks on the outside and some quality of life improvements on the interior and performance as well. Indicative pricing of the BYD Seal 5 DMI starts at 940,000 pesos for the Essential variant. Now, if you want to get the full fat version, the one that we have right here with the two-tone wheels, leather seats, leather steering wheel, folding side mirrors, automatic up and down windows on all sides, you have to spring for the top of the line variant, which comes at 1,050,000 pesos. If that's not a deal, I don't know what is. So head on over to BYD Cars Philippines to grab yours today. So well, tell them that I sent you. We'll be posting a full review of this bad boy next time, so make sure that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification icon so you won't miss any of our videos. This has been Roy Robles from Zigwheels.Ph. See you guys next time.